Like your
I have
classes.
snacks for you.
I can see.
As a good
Even
version, I bought your
my
favorite. Yeah,
snack.
I did buy you your favorite snack. How you been, man?
I'm good. How
Good to have you
been?
back. I haven't been good.
You haven't been good.
Man, dark days.
I mean, take off your sunglasses.
Figuratively, shithead. Not literally, but no. I mean, it could be worse. Like, it could be much worse for the both of us because our country is currently going through war.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say it could be worse for the both of us, I mean that neither of our families or friends or people that we're close by have been hurt yet. No one has been killed. Yeah, yet. But I don't think you can ever talk to someone whose country is going through war and them. How are you? So I'm good.
Great.
I'm jolly. I'm amazing. But do you remember as you were sitting on this very chair on our first episode, which was recorded when?
2 months ago.
Almost 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And I predicted that there's going to be a war, and you defended. You said
no.
What makes you think that? No one believes me. I don't know why. Maybe it's my cuteness that gets in the way.
Nah, you know some shit that people don't.
I honestly don't. Like, don't give anyone the idea that like there's something going on behind the scenes or like behind the curtain that I'm aware of. No, that's really not it. I have I have some informations now, but back in the day, when we were having that conversation and I was predicting that there's going to be a war, I had nothing. I just looked at human history. I thought that Trump, is in power, and he holds grudges. He doesn't forget, and he certainly didn't forget that the Iranian regime tried to kill him. And I think even like as soon as he realized that like Khamenei and the Iranian regime are trying to kill him, he just said, "Okay, I'm just gonna get rid of you." It might not look like it when you look at the media and the stuff that he says, but motherfucker, he's so confusing. I mean, look how confusing he is.
He is.
But what do you think about all of this? The war?
It's gotta lead to something, you know. It came out of nowhere, even though you predicted it, but came out of nowhere, caught us by surprise. And I know foreigners, like not Iranian people, they got scared about World War III.
Which they shouldn't really.
Yeah.
And maybe they should, but I don't think they should.
It's weird. But I mean, we don't even have nukes, do we?
I don't know. We tried. We shouldn't say we, because like my first and foremost focus of this podcast was to like separate the Islamic Republic from Iran. So we might say we over the course of this podcast. Yeah, but this is Iranian. We don't mean as the government, because the government and the people are two completely different entities, and they should really not be mixed. But for us, the Iranians, it's been so weird. I've never seen anything like this. I've never heard about anything like this because, first of all, before I put on my 2 cents in the matter, I actually want to have your opinion. How do you feel about all of this happening?
Like my personal opinion?
Yes, like your personal opinions.
Sad that my family and friends are there and it's happening. Super stressed, worried. Might not show it, but it's really hard for like foreigners, like not foreigners, like us who came outside. We still have friends, we still have families. And for example, I used to go to this place that got bombed, and I have memories there, and I'm thinking like, if I go there right now, it's just gonna be rebel. There's nothing else. Yeah,
it's called the survivor's guilt.
But it's necessary.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was like trying to understand, but which side of the spectrum you are, because
I'm on the autistic spectrum.
Yeah, the thing is, I will never judge anyone who says no to war, because like part of me also says no to war, right? This is something that I wish. I'm actually glad, like we're gonna be switching to Farsi over time in this podcast, because some of the stuff that we're going to say has to be heard by the Iranian people and not by the outside government. But this in particular thing that I'm going to say has to be heard by everyone, and I think it's important that everyone should know that no Iranian on this planet, whether they're inside Iran or outside Iran, is happy about the war that just happened. and the war that is going to happen very soon again. Not a single Iranian, I would say, is happy, but I would say every single Iranian needs this war. So it's like, it has been like this for the longest time for all Iranians. We don't get to choose between good and bad. We only get to choose between like the lesser of the two evils, right? And for love of God, like no one, like not a single Iranian is happy that Israel is bombing Iran. But as far as today goes, like as far as the targets that they've hit as right now, they fucked up with Evin prison, and we'll get to that later. But with the exception of Evin prison, so far every target that they have hit, they have been military, and they have been like commanders and generals that we would never even dream of getting to kill. Man, like this shit that's happened in Iran just showed us how much of a simpleton we were. یعنی چقدر ما ساده بودیم، مثلا 88 و 92 و 96 و دو ماجرای بنزین و چه میدونم چیز سبز و جنبش سبز و اینا، چقدر ما ساده لوح بودیم که فکر کردیم این رژیمو میشه همینطوری با تظاهرات سکوت. تظاهرات سکوت یکی از تظاهراتی که توی 88 برگزار شده بود اسمش تظاهرات سکوت بود. 4 میلیون هم آدم جمع شده بودن. من اتفاقا کلاس زبان پیشونم رفتم. فکر کن با تظاهرات سکوت می‌خواستن این چیزو عوض کنن، مثلا می‌خواستن رژیم رو عوض کنن، مثلا می‌خواستن برن صدا و سیما رو بگیرن، می‌خواستیم انقلاب کنیم. ببین الان تازه من دارم میفهمم که چقدر تظاهرات صلح‌آمیز در مقابل جمهوری اسلامی بیهوده و خنده‌داره، مثلا مضحکه. چون باید بگم اگه اون 4 میلیونی که اون روز سال 88 جمع شده بودن تو میدون آزادی حاشیه جمع می‌کردن، میرفتن پاستور رو میگرفتن، میرفتن صدا و سیما رو میگرفتن، میرفتن مجلس، همه اینا رو میگرفتن، میدونی چی میشد؟ سپاه، قاسم سلیمانی، دستور، همه شهرهای اطراف تهران، تمامش تهران رو بمبارون کنید، هر کی توش هست رو بکشید. و بهت بگم واقعا حاضر بودن این کارو بکنن اگه موقعیتش داشتن. و من الان تازه دارم میفهمم که ببین روح الله زن بدبخت چاره بد مردی بود، چقدر هوشمند بود نسبت به این. همون اول گفته بود اینا بدون خونریزی بی حد و حصر و بدون خونریزی بی اندازه امکان نداره برن، و تنها امکانی که برای مردم ایران وجود داره که از شر جمهوری اسلامی راحت شه اینه که یا مردم مسلح شن یا یه قدرت خارجی بیاد، که قدرت خارجی هم اومد. ببین قدرت خارجی اومده، هنوز این بی پدرها ولکن نیستن. حاجی برو دیگه بسه، همه فرماندهات کسفر شدن، چی که تو واسه چی وایسادی؟ اصلا ولکن نیستن. ببین تا لحظه آخر، تا قطره آخر نفت و پول و قدرت همه اینا رو بگیرن، اصلا بی خیال بشن نیستن. Like, that's how simple we were. Like we thought that by the peaceful protests we could get rid of these. So like this is the situation that's happening in Iran, that not a single Iranian is happy, but we have to, because the progression that the Israel army has is something that we could never hope for, right? And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying any of this that means that like Israel government is feeling sorry for the Iranian people and just wants to liberate them and just wants to set them free. No, that's bullshit. Yeah. Like they very much have their own benefits in mind when they're doing that, and not only they're counting on the Iranian regime to leave, and they want that to happen, they're also counting on the Iranian economy that they're going to be a part of when the war is finished, because Iran is an untapped market. Like if you have such an untapped market, like we just discussed, like the ultimate wet dream of Donald Trump is to sell a Big Mac in Tajrish. Like I swear to God, imagine him being able to say that in one of the US's newspaper, that I sold the first Big Mac in the streets of Tehran after 5 decades of nothing. That's what they're hoping for. Oh my God, what do you think is gonna happen now? Israel is gonna attack.
I mean, even after the ceasefire, so-called ceasefire,
Yeah.
they were back and forth missiles going, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really following the news. I don't really know what to predict anymore. But I'm thinking it's gonna come back definitely. It's a ceasefire. It's not peace, you know.
There will be no peace because Khamenei is alive. And as long as he's alive, and the thing, have you watched شبکه خبر these days?
No, not at all.
Oh my God. You should, just for the sake of comedy, you should. Like the fact that they're speaking about victory, like they won the war. They won the fucking, like, how? In which way did the Islamic Republic begin to win this war? Like, how many pilots did you shoot down? Like, how many Mossad agents did you capture? Which one of your nuclear facilities were you able to survive, like, save? It's gone. Generals gone. Nuclear facility done. Like, the last thing that the regime is hoping for is just for a way for them to survive. It's like, just don't hit us, because like, if they hit Khamenei, it's game over. I think like it will happen. Like, the revolution.
Why don't they do it? Because I remember Trump tweeted that we know where he is, but we're not doing it. Why?
That's one of my biggest worries, because I think I actually suspect that I know where he is hiding, and if my suspicion is true, that would explain why they haven't killed him yet. It's underneath Imam Reza's shrine.
Oh, and then that makes it religious. Oh, okay. That's a good theory.
That's the only theory that makes sense right now, because I know that Trump wants to kill Khamenei, and I know Bibi wants to kill Khamenei, and all the shit that you see that are like the shit talking that they're doing in the social media and in front of the news, it's just for play. Like, Trump and Netanyahu did all the calculations and behind the curtains, and like every tweet that Trump is tweeting, I'm pretty sure he's already shared it with Netanyahu, and they are like invoking a reaction from the Islamic Republic. Like, every single tweet that is doing, every single thing that like, Trump is motherfucker, he's intelligent. Like, he's so smart. Because I actually get it. Like, a lot of Iranians are mad at Trump because he said that we're not looking for a regime change. But what do you expect the poor guy to say? That we want a regime change, that we want Iran to, like, to the Iranian regime to crumble and fall. I mean, he cannot do that because he has a responsibility towards his own people. And if he says shit like that, what do you think is going to happen to the price of oil? It's gonna fucking skyrocket. And like, price of oil is a big thing in US. And it's a big thing for popularity context. Because if oil and gas and petrol are like 10 cents more expensive, it's gonna have an effect on the election in the US. And one of the things that is tying Trump's hands is the fact that midterm elections are close. And he cannot afford to lose the midterm. Like, he cannot afford to lose the Senate or the House. Like, he needs them both. And the only way that he can keep both of them is to keep the price of gas low, so the market doesn't panic. So like, everything is stable, and he wants to keep the market stable and at the same time get rid of the Iranian regime. That's why he has to play. It's like, tells Netanyahu to bomb the absolute dog shit out of all Iranian generals and all the military bases, but says, okay, it's time for peace now. Let's go peace. It's like,
let's go peace.
Bitch, you just killed a bunch of people. What the fuck are you talking about peace? Like, who talks about peace? Like, 2 hours ago, you killed the most top-ranking Iranian generals. And now it's time for peace. We just entered, the United States entered. And another thing that is happening, and he's trying to avoid, he's losing the MAGA movement.
The what?
The MAGA movement.
What is that?
The MAGA movement, Make America Great Again. The MAGA movement was the thing that won him the presidency. And one of the main foundations of the MAGA movement is that no more war. Like, no more new wars, right?
Did you see that he was like, Obama's gonna come and he's gonna start a war with and then here we are, man.
It's different. This war that Trump is starting is a lot different than any other war that any other administration started. It's very different.
I feel like it was out of his hands. And, you know, there were allegations towards Bibi or Benjamin Netanyahu. And there's a lot of talks that they were taking him to the court, and this time...
They're still trying to take him to the court.
No, I mean, like, this time it was serious. Like, he could have been officially banned and... what is it called? Locked away.
Go to prison.
Yeah.
Bibi. Yeah. Inside Israel.
Yeah, because of all the stuff he did.
It's not just a matter of stuff he did. There are like a lot of movements that going on against him about the hostages that he still so far has not been able to collect all the remaining hostages. That's one of the pressure points. But as far as I know, at the moment with the war, the thing is like external conflict usually brings people of a country together. So it's like, now that Israel is openly fighting Iran, they say, okay, let's set aside all the differences that we have in the Israel parliament, and let's just focus on the main issue at hand, which is to deal with the foreign enemy, and that happens to be the Iranian regime. So
don't you think like maybe he, because the attack came out of nowhere, kind of, and don't you think he did it on purpose to like
the war?
do exactly what you said, to unify the?
The world of a politician is a complex one, and I would say that I'm pretty sure it had an influence on the decision that he made. I'm pretty sure it did have an influence, but I think it was just less than 10% of the influence. Like, it's not that big of a deal for him, because like there are a lot of things at play when it's a my suspicion is the plan to invade Iran was initiated on the October 8th.
Invade Iran. Liberate, you mean?
Invade the Islamic Republic and liberate Iran. Like I said, man, you're Iranians, so this type of grammatical shit is bound to happen. Don't bust my ass over it.
They're gonna invade Iran.
It's complete. They knew that they're going to invade the Islamic Republic on October 8th. Like October 7th happened, so Hamas did it. And even then, I wouldn't be surprised if they said, hold, like, man, it doesn't take much for Israel to remove like a security threat. But like on the October 7th, they took a decent number of hours to get the hang of shit. They could blame it on the Sabbath, because it's the day that like all Israel and all Jewish people set aside the phones, set aside the news. No one watches TV. No, like basically you're just in the comfort of your own home and you're fully unaware of what's happening. It could be because of that a little bit, that it took them so long to answer. But I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if said, okay, now they have orchestrated, like now that the Hamas has orchestrated this attack, let's allow them to continue a little bit unchecked, like kill a little bit more. So we could use that to use it on the October 8th to plan an invasion on Iran. So like the politics is weird. Just the way that the Twin Towers in New York were collapsed, and that orchestrated the entire Iraq war. War is beneficial for everyone, especially for people who are in power. It's filled with money, it's filled with benefits. So right, I wouldn't be entirely surprised, but still, they're making it count, and they made it their decision. So okay, the Hamas did it. Who's funding Hamas? Islamic Republic. We got to get rid of them because man, 1,200 Jewish people getting killed in their own home and like getting captured. That shit like this didn't happen since like little Adolf. Like they didn't go through this much killing of Jewish people since like those Stone Ages. So they would react. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's one of the cases. Like they did this for that, to get something out of it.
So before we continue this same topic, what do you think about the protests going on in America?
Protests on which parts? California.
Mainly, yeah. I mean, that's the one we see the most.
I don't know. Like California will protest because whoever is not blue, they're just gonna protest against. Well, protest against who though?
Most mainly Trump.
It's not gonna matter. California is always blue, right? And like the Republicans have gave up on California for the longest time. Like the last president that ever managed to be a Republican and win California, you know who that was? Reagan. Like ever since Reagan until now, California stayed red. Stayed blue, stayed Democrat. So it's like there are some states that is like fully irrelevant, whatever the fuck that they want to say, because it's not like it's, I don't know, Florida, because Florida is sometimes red, sometimes blue, and they usually determine who's going to be the winner. But like you can never expect Texas to go blue the same way you cannot expect California to go red. So like the balance is set. So Trump doesn't give a flying fuck if he loses California. He never had California, and he never will California. Same thing with New York as well. Like the East Coast and the West Coast is like fully blue. It's very rare to get them to switch. So that's almost irrelevant. But what is the protest exactly about? Like the fact that Trump is entering US into another war?
Yeah, basically. I mean, the most recent ones, yes. Also about the war that's going on. You know how they said Iraq was a scheme.
Because those fucking idiots don't know.
Tricked them. What do you think? Do you think like right now even he's, because every time that you see him go on TV, he says the same things about Iraq, Palestinians, Iran
says the same thing.
No.
Bibi?
Yeah.
Right.
We're doing it for the people, and then they end up invading the country. And now they're talking about bombing Gaza completely flat to the ground.
It's already been flat to the ground.
More than that, apparently. And they're gonna build hotels, and I don't know.
It will be good.
It'll become like a Dubai or something.
Well,
but completely owned by America.
Listen, I would rather not to like fully go on defensive mode when it comes to the topic of Israel, because if you go through their history with different countries, they have made mistakes. Like they have made mistakes so much that even someone like me who is a fan of the state of Israel cannot really defend them all that well, right? But the thing that gives me a little bit more hope is that every war that Israel was a part of, especially lately, before Israel had like open battle with countries, not with like proxies. Like there was a time where there was a war going on between Israel, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Lebanon, like country, heads of state. That was happening. But then the war over the past few decades was mainly focused on proxies. So it has been Hamas, it has been Hezbollah, it has been Houthis, it has been the Islamic Brotherhood. But now the proxies have been dealt with. They have no more power. And Hezbollah also said, we're not going to involve ourselves in the war between Israel and Iran. Like, that's how easy it was for Hezbollah to turn their back against Iran. I think after this war, it's going to be very different, because in Palestine, when Israel was attacking, people didn't really like their oppressors, like didn't really like the attacker. مثلا وقتی که تو فلسطین بمبارون میشد، این فلسطینیا هیچ کدوم روی دل خوشی از اسرائیلیا نداشتن، هیچ کدوم به بیبی توییت نمیزدن که آقا بزن، محکمتر بزن. ببین این اتفاق واقعا داره تو ایران میفته. خب یعنی یه بخش زیادی از ایرانیا داخل ایران و خارج ایران، مثلا کی باورش میشه که میگه آقا بزن، مملکت خودمون رو بمب بزن، چون میگه آقا داری حاجی زاده رو داری میکشی، داری باقری رو میکشی، اون داری میکشی. این اتفاق هیچ وقت تو فلسطین نیفتاد. یعنی حماس همیشه با رأیگیری مردم به قدرت رسید تو فلسطین. تمام مردم فلسطین دنبال این بودن که حماس به قدرت بشینه. حالا نه که همشون، ولی یه بخش زیادیشون بودن که حماس اونجا به قدرت رسید. ماجرای ایران اینه که ایرانی‌ها نمیخوان جمهوری اسلامی رو. ایرانی‌ها از چه سالی بهت بگم دیگه جمهوری اسلامی رو نمیخوان. من واقعا تعجب نمیکنم اگه مثلا اون درصد 50-50 مملکت که مثلا از اول انقلاب که رفراندوم کردن، مثلا میگفتن 98% به جمهوری اسلامی آره گفتن، 2% گفتن نه، که اونم تازه مثلا کس شده، امکان نداشت. 90 احتمالاً 90 به 10 بالا من قبول میکنم، یا مثلا 80 به 20 هم قبول میکنم، ولی 98 به 2 کس شده، امکان نداره. اما از چه سالی؟ اصلا از سالایی که ماجرای روزنامه سلام به وجود اومد، ماجرای کوه دانشگاه ایجاد شد سال 78، بعد همینطوری ادامه پیدا کرد. ببین جمهوری اسلامی، آره جمهوری اسلامی I'm an old fart fucking hell. البته خب میرم بگم من برام کسچه راجع به روزنامه سلام میگم، ولی خودم 4 سالم بود اینطوری بودم، بعدش راجعش خوندم، یا خودم هم چیزی ندارم در مورد روزنامه سلام. اولین چیز تظاهرات واقعی که یادمه همون 88، تا قبل از اون من واقعا یادم نیست، بقیه نشستم بخونم. ولی هر چی راجع به جمهوری اسلامی من خوندم دیدم که اینا از بعد از 57 که به قدرت رسیدن دیگه 0.1% هم به طرفداراشون اضافه نشد. همینطوری کمتری خیری جنگ عراق یه بخشش، جنگ با توده یه بخشش، جنگ با مجاهدین خلق یه بخشش. یعنی هر کاری که اینا کردن یه بخش از دست دادن، و بعد رسید به مثلا روزنامه سلام. من فکر کنم هم ماجرای کوه دانشگاه و روزنامه سلام و قتل‌های زنجیره‌ای اینه که اتفاق افتاد، برگشت. یعنی دیگه اکثریت دیگه با چیز نبودن، اکثریت دیگه با نظام حاکم نبودن، دیگه تبدیل شده بودن به اقلیت، ولی هنوزم اقلیت قدرتمند، و اقلیت مثلا 45%، مثلا اقلیت 47%، اقلیتی که درست حسابی قابل لمس باشه. مرد طرفدار داشت خامنه‌ای. من یادمه یه موقعی واقعا مثلا کسی روش نمیشد بگه خامنه‌ای، یا مثلا خمینی. ما هیچ وقت نمیگفتیم خمینی. من واقعا یادمه که اصلا امام امکان نداشت اون امام جا بیفته. آقا کدوم کسکشیم پوفیوز امام کرد واسه ما؟ آقا این امام از کجا بود؟ چرا آخه؟
اینم بحث جالبیه. ولی
حالا به اونم میرسیم. اینا به مرور زمان طرفداراشون از دست دادن و الان بهت بگم اینا واقعا مثلا فکر کنم بیشتر از 10% 15% طرفدار داشته باشه که یه بخش زیاده از این 10% 15% داره نونشون رو میخوره که اگه از این حمایت نکنه نونش قطع میشه، یا واسه اینا یه خدمتی کرده که اگه پس فردا انقلاب شه بابت اون خدمت باید جواب پس بده که کیو کشته کیو نکشته، و یه درصدی هم که متاسفانه اتفاقا آشناهای خانوادگی خودمون هم هستن، درصد اینطوری هن که به صرف اعتقادات مذهبی نه تنها هیچ کاری نمیکنن بلکه دفاع هم میکنن از جمهوری اسلامی. و خب از یه طرف من حتی درکم میکنم راستش که چرا اینطوریه.
چجوری درک میکنم؟
درکش اینه که دفاع نمیکنم ازشون، ولی درک میکنم که این ترسی که دارن از کجا میاد. ترس از روز برگشتش دارن. اینه که تمام انتقاد، تمام خونایی که اینا از مردم بیگناه ریختن، از مردم غیر مذهبی، از ایران دو بخش مذهبی بود و غیر مذهبی، و میگه تمام این خونایی که این همه سال از غیر مذهبی ها ریختن، بعد انقلاب اینا نگران اینن که بچهای خودشونو بکشن بالای دار. به نظرم اصلا ترس غیر منطقی نیست. شما ببین انقلاب چیزیه که با نفرت انجام میشه، یعنی از نفرت سیستم حاکم یه نفر رو میاره به انقلاب. And when that happens you just want to like unleash all the years of suffering that you have been gathering that like other people have inflicted upon you, and you just want to inflict the same shit tenfold. And that's a frightening factor. Like one of my main hopes is that for the new regime that is for the new government that is about to take power after the Islamic Republic is gone, to give the Islamic nation, like Islamic population of Iran, give them some assurance that okay, if you didn't kill anyone, or if you didn't hurt anyone, or if you didn't participate in the protest, you're safe. Like no one's gonna do shit. We're like doing this for woman life freedom, right? So like freedom is supposed to be you having the freedom to choose your own religion and your own choice of clothing, right? Like if they uphold this, and if the opposition currently don't make this thing a war that is completely coming out of hatred, then we might have some chances to like have like a decent revolution and like have a country that is not dealing with civil war after the revolution is done. Because whether we like it or not, the revolution is going to happen. It's going to. The Islamic Republic can never stay in charge.
It's just the regime going away, because if there's a war, people will not stand up and go protest while they're being bombed. I mean, there's people who are going to get eliminated one by one. I'm talking about the heads of the regime. But what would the protests do exactly? Keep them busy, keep them occupied? No, because if they're sending bombs to Tel Aviv, they're going to send bombs towards their own people. If not bombs, they're going to send tanks. If not tanks, they're going to banish those people into the war zone. Huh?
That's why we're hoping for Israel to behave. Because, man, Israel has now an autobahn from Tel Aviv to Tehran by the air. Like, it's clear. Nothing. It's like they can even stay for Nahar and Namaz and just do their own shit, jump back in the plane and just continue their way all the way to Tehran. When you have something like this happens, I wouldn't be surprised if there is a date that like all the opposition agree upon, and they say, okay, let people have like a organized protest on this particular day, and then Pahlavi goes and asks Netanyahu, we need your Apaches all over Tehran. It's okay. Send your fucking Apaches. We're gonna use that. Because yes, like the Islamic Republic was not able to use many of the tanks that they have. Like a lot of the weaponry and the stuff that they have for battleground, they didn't get to use them in the war against Israel, because that war was just an aerial war. Like nothing was happening on the ground. The stuff that they still have for the ground, which is very solid, coming from an actual bullets, the Iranian people would have to deal with that. And if the Iranian people are going to stand in front of the tanks, it's just going to be like a city filled with blood.
So I got a question now.
Go ahead.
We've talked about Israel and US being on the same side, right? What do you think about Pakistan and North Korea being on Iran's side? And you know, when a regime is desperate, especially Khamenei, they will play all their cards.
Do you remember?
Do you think they're gonna call North Korea like, yo, Kim?
Yo, my brother Kim.
Kim, you wanna join?
Kim the great and powerful Unjun.
Join a Discord server.
You remember you asked me the same question about the involvement of China and Russia if something happens to Iran. You see what happened?
I mean, North Korea called Iran. It's like, we're ready to join. Pakistan sent jets. They're like, flying out there.
No. That's bullshit. Pakistan, because it's a Shia part of Islam, they have some solidarity with what happened with what happening in Iran. But like Russia, China, US, Europe, and every other powerful major country is so determined to get rid of Islamic Republic that nothing is going to matter. And like Pakistan will understand that it's not like if you try to help Iran against Israel, you're not helping Iran against Israel, you're helping Iran against the world, because the world have had it with Islamic Republic. I said no more, lomas. Like we don't want you anymore. And this.
What about China?
China wanted Iran, but as soon as Russia stepped back, China also stepped back, because China is not going to be the sole supporter of Iran. If it was like China and Russia, they would give it a try. I'm sure they would, because like I told you before, like China has a lot of government with Islamic Republic in Iran, that if a regime changes happened and a revolution is going to come and a new government is going to be installed, all of those government contracts are going to become void, and they're going to be not going to be able to enforce those contracts. So like China would lose a lot of benefits if something like this happens, but they don't want an open confrontation with US. Man, like no one wants a world war, and definitely no one wants a fucking world war over who? Khamenei, really? Like for the entire world to go to piss, the Islamic Republic, it's the same shit as Khamenei. Like he's the very top.
I don't know what changed in the world, but a lot of people are like, during this, every time there's Iran involved, people are like, nuke wars, and there's going to be world war. Like, remember 2021, there was going to be another World War
because they give Iran too much credit. Because most of the people outside of Iran who are not Iranians think that if something happens against Iran and another country, Iranian people are going to rush to defend their own regime. They're not.
Not the regime, definitely not.
Then defend who? If Israel is just targeting the regime officials, and so far, and they didn't even like hit the زیرساختای ایران هم حتی نزدن هنوز. یعنی تا همین حد هم پیش نرفتن. جنگ بعدی ممکنه حتی به زیرساخت هم کشیده بشه. ولی تا الان انقدر روی بازار اقتصادی آمریکا حساب باز کردن که حتی تازه نشدن زیرساخت‌ها رو بزنن. چون میگن ما اگه بخوایم از اقتصاد ایران بعد از جمهوری اسلامی منفعت ببریم، باید زیرساختی داشته باشه که یه برقی تولید بکنه، یه نفتی بکشه بیرون، علل حساب که زنده بمونه، با کلپس کامل مواجه نشه اقتصادش، که بعدش بشه ادامه داد. برای همین هم هست که اینا انقدر محتاطانه دارن میزنن. و ببین اسرائیل غیر نظامی نمیکشه به خاطر اینکه دلش برای غیر نظامی ها سوخته، نه، به خاطر اینکه میدونه اگه تعداد غیر نظامی های کشته شده ایران از این حدی بیشتر بشه، ساپورت ایرانی های خارج از دست میده. چون ایرانی های خارج و یه بخش زیادی از ایرانی های داخل هم میگن آقا بزن، چون تا حالا هر چی زدی ما فک و فامیلمون دور و بری همه زنده‌ان. یعنی من یه دایره بزرگی از دوست و رفیق و آشنا فک و فامیل دور و برم هست و تا حالا هیچ کدوم نه خودشون آسیب دیدن نه دایره اونا. یعنی مثلا نه دایره من و نه دایره عظیم آشناهای من، چون در تماسیم. خب یعنی انقدر محتاطانه زده که اگرم غیر نظامی کشته شده فقط از سر اجبار بوده. و خیلی هم جالب، مثلا میگفتن که آقا اون ساختمانی که شمخانی توش زندگی میکنه یا مثلا ساختمانی که باقریان توش زندگی میکنن، تو اصلا فکر کنی همسایه روبرویش کیه؟ همسایه روبرویش یه مرد معمولی مغازه داره که مثلا داره یه جا دست فروشی میکنه؟ نه، مسلما اون نیست. یعنی این سپاه ساختمون میخره، برید همه این ساختمون مال فرماندهای من. خب برای همین حتی غیر نظامی هم که کشته میشن سر صداش در نمیاد، چون همسایه باقری کدوم کسکش غیر نظامی میاد میشه همسایه حاجی زاده یا همسایه باقری. اما مادر
چرا بهش فوش میدم؟
چرا بهش فوش میدم؟ چون مطمئنم سپاهیه. امکان نداره. آخه مثلا کدوم ماها از در خونمون، این همه خونه ما تو ایران عوض کردیم، کدوم ما در باز کردیم یادیم به آقای محسنی اجایی تو چشم درت کردم اینجا شما چیکار میکنید؟
اونقدر سر نه، ولی دور و بر خود من
اوکی آره، ولی دور بر خود ما مثلا ببین ممکنه کسی رو ببینیم که مثلا داره 10 ساله تو سپاه کار میکنه، خب ولی in the Hajis, in the building that Hajizade is fucking occupying, it's a security threat. They're not gonna have anyone to live in that building, right? So when Israel does like one of their precision strikes, and if someone around that building happens to get killed, I'm pretty sure that's not going to be someone who is like all that innocent. Pretty sure. Because these fucking cunts, they don't have many innocents. Still, it's still horrible. The Evan prison was a big fucking mistake that Israel made. Did you hear about it?
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, it was a big fucking mistake. They said it was like supposed to be, I don't know, symbolic, because do you know what orchestrated the French Revolution back in the day? It was the liberation of the Bastille prison. Like it happened like that, and I don't know if they were like really hoping for this to happen. It's like Evan is gonna blow up and people are just gonna rush to the help. And what people? Like everyone evacuated the fucking town 2 days ago before you start hitting. Like who were you expecting to come and like save all the prisoners that we had in Evan? No one was going to do that. So that was like a critical, awful mistake, hitting the prison in Evan. Because who do we have there? Like the precious activists that have been fighting against the regime for decades, and if any of them were supposed to get killed, fuck. It's like, what the fuck were you doing, man?
And when they get out, what is the plan next? Run away? Through which fuck?
No, they were hoping for that to actually call an uprising. Say, okay, now 100 people are in this square. Now it's 200 people. Now it's 2,000 people. Now it's like, I think they might be hoping for like a gradual coming of people. But that was really unlikely because, man, people are scared in their fucking homes. And, like, they're waiting to see where the next bomb is going to hit. Like, if you want an actual people uprising, you have to give assurance to people that, guys, we're not going to drop any fucking bombs on your head. And we will provide you with cover. And they should provide Iranians with cover. Because still, 2 million Iranians against 20 tanks in Tehran, that's not going to do jack shit. They're just going to kill every single Iranian there. So they have made mistakes. I'm hoping they won't after this. I'm really hoping if they won't. Like if Khamenei is really hiding behind, underneath the shrine of Imam Reza, that's a bad target to hit. That's a really bad target to hit. That's something
unless they do Bin Laden again, that's not gonna be happening.
I hope not. But like I would, but I would tell you if Israel suddenly decides that they want to get rid of Khamenei even underneath the shrine in Mashhad, I wouldn't be surprised if Pakistan gives Iran their nuclear weapons. So okay, now it's a holy war, and my God, that's one of my biggest fears. That's one of my fucking biggest fears is the holy war and Muharram that is going to come.
Muharram's already here.
It's already here. Ashura is about to come. And like the rest of Muharram is also Muharram. It's not that all that different. My biggest fucking worry, the shit that keeps me awake at night, is that Islamic regime gets orchestrates a gathering to do like the typical mourning that they do on the day of Ashura with like 2,000 people, 3,000 people, and put some of their own government officials also in there, and then blow the whole thing up. And then blame the shit on Israel. Oh my god! Oh my fucking god! That's the shit
that might happen though. Now
that very well might happen, because what the fuck do you think the Ukrainian plane was all about? The Ukrainian plane that they shot down.
Totally agree.
Like motherfuckers, they just repeat the same pattern always, and it doesn't matter how many Iranians get killed. It doesn't matter how many Israelis get killed. It doesn't matter how many Americans get killed. It's just one objective. There's Khamenei. Keep him in power. And as long as he stays in power, the rest of us...
he already chose a second for himself.
Yeah, he did, but that's not good enough. He's smart.
Is he smart?
It pains me to say this. My God, it pains me to say this. But he is the top 5 smartest dictator of the entire human history.
Well, what I think is that he's not the mastermind, and the people around him that are feeding off
yes, he's smart.
Position.
He's smart enough to know his circle, who should be in his circle. And he brings smart, clever sons of bitches in his circle. That's one of the things that terrifies me, because he is smart. Do you remember the last video that he sent? He sent 3 videos from the bunker, right? The first one,
I didn't watch
he sent 3 videos from the bunker, giving statements that we will be victorious against this, the Iranian regime, like the Iranian people would always prevail, all that shit. The first video, it was quite normal. He looked a little bit stressed. The second video, he looked a little bit more stressed. And the third video was the video that people talked about the most.
Mm-hmm.
And it got me thinking, because in the third video, how are you with the drinks? And you want more
A lot
drinks?
of drinks, yeah.
Man, tell me.
We could pause it now.
It could actually. 41 minutes. I am poor. Yeah, I have to work my 9 to 5 job to continue this podcast. So yeah, we had a short break, which was very needed. We didn't have any drinks. And what was I talking about? The third video, right?
Third video.
The third video that Khamenei sent really got me thinking, because in the third video, he looked sick. He looked scared. He looked under a lot of stress. He looked as if he is ill. His voice felt off. His skin felt off. Like everything felt off. Like I've never seen Khamenei to be this broken and like this much shattered. But this fucking shithead. Like how clever he is. I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if they're using this as a tactic to, because when this video was released, everyone was starting to react. Everyone started to react to it. It's like, oh, Khamenei is about to go through his last days. He's about to die. And like everyone was like on the tip of their toes and like on the edge of their seats. Say, oh, he's dead. Let's go. We're going to be happy. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if the brains that are around him told him to let's record a video such as this, so people would like anticipate for your death. And then as soon as Islamic Republic gains a little victory, like the smallest victory that they could have, and then you would appear again in front of the camera. This time you are all شق و رق تر و تمیز نشستی جلوی دوربین، داری با خوشگل بدون اینکه کمترین نشونه ای از مریضی و چه میدونم سرطان و کوفت زهرمار باید باشه، نشستی داری جلوی جلوی دوربین داری حرف میزنی. و این میدونی چه آسیب روانی به کسایی که مخالف جمهوری اسلامی میزنه؟ این بیشرف طولانی مدت از این داستان استفاده کرده، اما 88 اومده جلوی دوربین من یه تن علیلی دارم، یه دست چلاقی دارم، مردم استفاده میکنه. ببین واقعا این آدم باهوشه و کسایی که دور و برش آدم باهوشی و خطرناکه. It's dangerous. Like the amount of lessons that he has learned from all the dictators before him is fucking frightening, because he's not going to make the same mistake that Stalin made. He's not going to make the same mistake Pol Pot did. He doesn't make the mistake that Ceausescu did in Romania. He's not Gaddafi, Saddam. Like, he studied every single one of them just to make sure that the same shit does not happen to him. But what happened to him, which is fucking amazing, is one thing that happened to him and he was not anticipating, and no other dictator before him had to deal with. Donald J. fucking Trump. Because this man knows the language. He knows the language of politics and he won't be played with. He's the player. He plays with other people. Like people like Obama, people like Biden, people like Harris, like all these dumbass Democrats, they were super easy to play with by the Islamic regime. Like the fucking JCPOA, Barjam, JCPOA, was just like a bunch of bullshit. It was like Iran saying that, Islamic Republic saying that you will unblock the money that we have in Qatar and in South Korea, or we're gonna raise the enrichment uranium to like 60%. And they budged. Obama budged, and every single one of the people in Obama's administration also said, yeah, sure, sorry, don't do any enrichment. But then Trump comes. Did you see the post that he shared on X after he bombed Iran? It was like a meme. A bunch of B-2 spirits were flying and the song was playing on the background. Bomb Iran, bomb Iran, bomb. Like, he's a fucking troll. And this troll-like behavior was something that Khamenei did not expect. And he says he wants to get rid of the Iranian regime, but he also wants to control the oil prices, and he also like wants to control everything, like keeps everything like contained and detained. So it's like, I bomb you, but come back to the negotiating table. I don't want any war with Iran. You're like, Iranians are brilliant people. Why would I want to have a war? Yeah. So like they didn't anticipate Trump. Like they didn't expect someone like Trump to be in power. And he's playing, and one way or another, Islamic regime is gone. It's just a matter of how much blood they're going to spill of their own people before they leave. And I hope it's not much. I just hope it's not much.
It's gonna be a lot, actually. That's what I think.
What?
It's gonna be a lot. That's what I think.
If it's a lot of blood, then the plan fails. I don't think they want their plan to fail. Like the Marshall Plan, we talked about Marshall Plan, right? The Marshall Plan that US and Israel have for Iranian economy, that will be only given to them if Iranian people are happy with the decision that they've made.
Yeah, but that's the thing. So when the regime's gonna go away, they're gonna go out with a bang, like martyrdom, you know? Drop your live grenade before you get eliminated.
Yeah. Yeah, but Israel could orchestrate it in a way where they're doing the martyrdom. They only kill their own surrounding environment, which is like more people like them. It could be handled. It could be. It's hard, but it could be so delicately handled that it's just the regime that suffers.
How long do you think it'll take?
Not long, honestly.
Give me an estimate.
I don't think I would be able to tell because
I mean, the last podcast you kind of gave me an estimate. You were like 3 to 10 years.
I said 3 to 10 years.
I think so.
I don't think so. That does not sound like I would predict. And for sure, I hope it's not that long. Because, no, man, if it's anything more than 3 months, people are going to turn. Like, people inside Iran are going to be sympathetic towards the Iranian regime. Like, now they're not. Now they're not because they've suffered and Israel is hitting the correct targets, almost hitting the correct targets all the time. Like, with the exception of 1 or 2 targets, that was like a misfire. So far, they've been on the right track. So if they keep it like this and they manage to end the regime and Khamenei dies before 3 months, I have very high hopes for none of the extreme shit to happen. But if not, they're just gonna spill as much blood as they can. I don't know. It's really hard to tell. Like, at this point, it's really hard to tell. I have my worries, which I said. Like, if Iran does a false flag operation and kills a bunch of their own civilians, to blame it on Israel, that could do something potentially harmful to the movement. And I gotta say, like, I resisted saying this shit, but I cannot resist anymore. Our opposition sucks ass. Like, our opposition, whether it's inside Iran or outside of Iran, they suck ass. Like, they have been failing the Iranian people so far. And individually, no. Individually, they haven't been failing. But, like, when they're supposed to act as a group, it's like, oh, go fuck yourselves. All of you. I would tell you, like, if anyone asked me who is going to come afterwards and who would you root for to come as soon as the Islamic Republic is gone, I would reluctantly say Pahlavi. Like, very reluctantly say Pahlavi.
Why?
Why I say Pahlavi, or why am I reluctant about it?
No, why would you say him?
Islamic Republic over the course of its history has done something very right, has done something very correct. And that was to kill everyone who had even the slightest potential of being a opposition leader. Like Feridun Farrokhzad, right? Like Feridun Farrokhzad was living in Germany by the time that the Islamic Republic assassinated him. But could you imagine if such a character who speaks so many languages so fluently, who understands Iran history and Iran culture so well, who is so well liked by the Iranian population, like someone like him, if he was alive, he would have been undoubtedly the head of all the Iranian opposition outside. He had the character, like he had all the charismatics and all the qualities and the character traits you would want out of a political opposition. But the Iranian regime, ever since the victory that they had in 1979, they just said, okay, if Khomeini dies, who is people are going to want? Let's go kill him. That's what the Qatl-e Zanjiri was all about, like the serial killings that was happening in the 60s and the 70s. It's like, let's see who is famous and who is popular. Let's get rid of them, outside and inside. So whatever they have done so far is to make like the Iranian opposition party a eunuch. Like it's something without a penis. It's something that is like somehow malfunctioning, because every single one of them have an issue. Like I have my criticisms towards Pahlavi, big ones. Like I was never a supporter of his up until a couple of days ago. Really, a couple of days ago, maybe a week ago, and I'm still not a supporter of his. But I would assume that his position with his name and the surrounding political environment that he has around him is the best we can hope for a transitional period at the very least. Because man, who else? That's my biggest issue, and I hope he corrects some
Don't you think it's weird that okay, we ended an anarchy and then we're bringing it back again?
We're not bringing it back. That's why I say Pahlavi and I don't say Shahzadeh or I don't say Crown Prince. Because I don't know if the people of Iran, after the revolution is successful, are going to choose monarchy to be the way that they govern their own country, right? With all due respect, at the moment, his name is Pahlavi. I'm going to say Mr. Pahlavi. That's it. So, no, it's
respect to who?
respect to his fathers and his father before him. Like, they're coming from his father made some mistakes, but he was a good fucking king. He was a good person. By the end of it, he was. Same thing with at the very least, they were patriots. Like they were okay. They were doing something correct, and they were toppled. So, with the respect that I have for his family and for the name that he's carrying, and for his mother, who's still alive, I would still give the man his due diligence. But the well, I will tell you that like the main issues that I've had with him, that through no fault of his own, he has a very weak character.
He is.
He is.
Tell me this. What has he done?
Not much. But at the same time, you have to understand, through no fault of his own.
But I'm thinking like his supporters.
Listen, like, what?
His supporters. They support him because of his family and his blood.
Not necessarily. They like him. They believe in him. Ask them. Yeah, if you want to have, they might have very good, valid arguments. I'm not sure, because
I would say their arguments is like, they're better than the current people in
well,
power.
that's for sure.
Yeah.
Isn't he better? He is better.
You can't really tell because he wasn't in power. His family might have been, but he wasn't. And if you think about it, if you have supporters, why wouldn't you really start a movement? Because you're the one who's gaining power. I mean, look at the Khomeini. He came out of some other country to Iran, right? He might have had support. And somehow it's all being repeated.
Yep. I will ask you to do one thing and try to do it without prejudice as much as possible, because I had to do the same thing to myself. Put yourself in his shoes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hard shoes to fill, first and foremost, right? That's a very, very hard shoes to fill. Imagine that you're told that you're supposed to be the crown prince of an entire country, and yet you're not even allowed to travel to that country. Like, if you put him somewhere in the middle of Hemmat Highway, he wouldn't be able to find his way all the way to Ekbatan. He wouldn't know where Tajrish is. Like, he wouldn't know which street goes where. This shit might seem trivial and might seem simple and might not feel all that relevant, but it very much is. Like, the man has been forced to live outside of his own nation, outside of his own land. And he wasn't forced into a life of wealth and into a life of comfort, but he grew up with it. It's like no one who is rich goes up and says, why am I rich? I should be living in a fucking ghetto. I should be living...
Let me ask you a question then.
Go ahead.
You're describing this person as in, if you put him here, he can't go from A to B. Right?
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be our savior?
He can very well be the head of the transitional period to push us towards the savior. I actually don't believe in the idea of any saviors, but like push us towards a situation where the Iranian people could be saved. Like whether it's a parliament form of government, whether it's a republic form of government, whether it's a monarchy form of government, whatever it might be. And people have to choose. And he has to be voted in. No, regrettably he doesn't, right? A couple of things that he has. Let's not talk about perfection. Unfortunately,
let's not
listen.
talk about...
We don't have anything perfect. Like I said, like we said in the beginning of this podcast, unfortunately for all Iranians, the choices of having good or bad has never been given to us. The choices have been between bad and less bad, or like bad or awful, or bad or a murderous bitch of a regime, right? Bad is a lot better than a murderous bitch of a regime that kills kids. And I would look at the character and I would judge. Like I would put Nika Shah Karami in front of Khamenei, and I would put Nika Shah Karami in front of Pahlavi, and I would look who has the actual potential to murder that child, to murder a 16-year-old child. Pahlavi does not strike me as someone who's capable of killing a child. He doesn't. He might be weak. He might not know the country that he wants to rule.
He might not. But the people who control him do.
That's for debates. We don't know who controls him. If he's
we don't know who controls him, but there is someone controlling.
None. I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Because you're.
I have suspicion. Wait, I have suspicions.
He's in power of a country that he cannot go to.
He's not in power, but like he has the name to be in power. Like so far for the past 4 decades, he didn't do much, and he wasn't there much. He was just existing.
So that's why I'm asking, like, why would anyone support someone who hasn't been there or done anything? Basically, it's more than 1,000 people who want him to be in power. Yeah. Why?
Who else has said I will be the leader of the transitional period? Who? Did Nargis Mohammadi say that? Did Too Much say that? Did Hossein Ronaghi say that? I love these people that I'm naming. Like one of the biggest criticisms that I have towards Pahlavi, not one of them, the biggest criticism that I have towards Pahlavi is that he's not offering his support and his solidarity for people like Too Much, with Hossein Ronaghi, with Nargis Mohammadi, with people that have been openly fighting the Iranian regime within Iranian border. That's a difficult shit to do. That's a very, very difficult shit to do. And the least you could do, the very least you could do, is to at least give them your support. It's like when Too Much is being captured by the fucking Revolutionary Guard, say something, shithead. Like, don't just be silent. And don't tell this follower of yours and that follower of yours to like show a sign of support. Okay. No, that's not good enough. So like, this is what I'm saying, that I have criticisms towards this person, a lot of it, but I still see him as the one person that everyone would be able to get united behind, at least for a short period of time.
Don't you
if he corrects courses, like if he goes to Masih Ali Nejad, and if he goes to Hamed Esmailion, and if he goes to Nazanin Bonyadi, and he goes and supports people like Nargis Mohammadi from Nasrin Sotoudeh, everyone who's doing something against the Iranian regime within and without Iran, like within and outside the Iranian border. If he would do that, he would be the perfect leader for the transitional period. Because there's at the very least, because man, no one else said that I will lead this transitional period. No one said that. As if no one else said that, if people that I like more than Pahlavi, which is like Too Much, he didn't say that. Maybe he doesn't see it in himself to be that, right? And I would respect his decision. So he doesn't want it. Nargis Mohammadi also doesn't want it. This one says, okay, I'll take it. It's a hard thing to do, and trust me, like the Iranian history would
don't suddenly come up and
yes,
say, I want to do it.
The thing is, if he fucks up, the Iranian history will not be kind to him, and he's risking that.
I don't think that he wants to be there. I'm thinking he says, I want to be in power, because just think about it. You're born into it. They promise you power. And at the same time, they're helping you gain followers, do like press and everything to gain power. He's just following the flow. And when the time comes, let's say he's in power, he still has to go with the flow. And it's basically a loophole now.
If he's in power for a transitional period, how long that thing is going to be? How long do you think that that's going to be? Not long. Man, we need something after the Islamic regime is gone. Like I said, which one would you rather have? Pahlavi or Ahmadinejad?
None.
Who then? Me?
Not really. I mean, it could come down to like a point that there is nothing happening and nothing happening and nothing happening, and out of desperation, someone else comes.
What do you mean nothing is happening? So people just go through the starvation period because no one is there to lead the country?
Not for so long, you know.
People need
There will
time.
be like parties forming up. Cause you know that we have.
Do you know
so
how
many
long
different...
that shit takes? In a country like Iran.
How long?
Long ass fucking time. We don't even have a constitution, man. Do you know the process of writing a constitution? Do you know how long that takes? For a country like Iran, for a country that has Turks, Kurds, Gilaks, Isfahanis, and Ahwazi, Chabahari, and they're living in one land. Do you know how fucking difficult and almost impossible that task is going to be to unite an entire nation?
Patience is key.
You cannot have patience when a country is left without Agha Bala Sar. Sorry to say it like this, but it's true. Man, if no one is governing the land, if Islamic regime is gone and no one is governing the land, Taliban is going to come. Try their luck.
I think so.
Pakistan is going to try their luck. Turkmenistan is going to try their luck. Azerbaijan is going to try their luck.
Exactly what I was saying.
Iraq was going to go for Ahvaz again. Man, our land is precious. And if there is no one, there's no father, there's no mother figure holding, like looking upon the entire thing, it could very well collapse. No one wants that. No, man. Before Islamic regime is gone, we need like a solid, valid, and stable opposition. And I will tell you the adjectives that I just named, solid, valid, and like stable opposition, that is really not all that close to what Pahlavi is. So sorry to say to his followers. I like them, and I like his character.
That's a well-known fact.
We don't know that though for sure.
How is it solid? How is it?
We don't know. The thing is, we don't know if he's solid. We don't know if he's not solid, because he hasn't tried his luck anywhere. And I will tell you, one of the good qualities of a leader is actually someone who doesn't want to lead. That's something that I learned.
But he wants to lead, doesn't he?
In the beginning of the conversation, you said he doesn't. Like 3 minutes ago, you said
I didn't say he doesn't. I said so. You told me that he was born outside, in power, and then he wants to do it, right? But we don't really know if he wants to or if he doesn't. If you put him in a street and ask him to go to the blah 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 street, he can't go.
Maybe he learns. Besides, man, lesser of the two evils. There are different levels. Like, I would rather have Amir Hossein Etemadi than Khalkhali. It's different. The lesser of the two evils. Always. And the thing is, if you don't have a viable option, like, who else? Sorry, who else? And you know, this is actually coming from someone who never rooted for Pahlavi. Like, I actually was one of the people who thought that the best scenario for Iran after the Islamic regime is a woman. Like, it has to be like a woman president or a woman prime minister, or because like our country needs a mother right now.
I agree.
Like, it's too broken. Like, men in general broke the country far too long for the past 5 decades. Like, I'm still a follower of woman life freedom thing. Like, if I have to choose, woman life freedom was the thing that started all of this. Masa Amini, woman life freedom, that's it. The rest, in my opinion, was nonsense. And it was بیخود بود. یعنی تلاش های بیخود بود برای راه انداختن های موومنت های دیگه. اینکه بگیم حالا زن زندگی آزادی، بعد بیم مرد میهن آبادی بهش اضافه کنیم. همین میدونی چقدر تو توییتر قوقا بپا کرد، چقدر اختلاف وجود آورد. میگم آقا مرد میهن آبادی هم حالا الزاما چیز بدی نیست، ولی چون ربط پیدا کرد به داردسته پهلوی ریده شد تو داستان، تفرقه انداخت. So if it was really up to me, man, like, Iran needs a mother right now. Like, needs the heart of a mother. It's like, you've suffered. Like, this land has suffered. It needs not the tyrannical fatherly hand, but like a calm and like healing motherly hand. But we gotta do what we can with what we have, right? And at the moment, we have Pahlavi. And as a couple of days ago until now, he has done some things correctly that I would say, okay, maybe I'll consider you. Like, maybe I'll vote for you for the transitional period. But he has a lot of shit that he still needs to do in front of him.
The only way I would accept Pahlavi is if at any moment he does something stupid or that something that people don't like, people can overpower him.
Say again? What do you mean?
The only way I would let him, like, I would accept him.
Let him.
Let him. I would accept him is that if by any chance people realize, okay, he's not fit enough for this position, they could literally just take him off it.
And then you would consider him?
No.
I think it is like that already.
Is it?
It has to be. And it will be, I think. Because you're dealing with Iranian people.
We couldn't take Cumhuriyet Islami off.
Don't say Cumhuriyet Islami so lightly. Oh, please don't. I told you. You're dealing with one of the most monstrous and vicious dictatorship regimes of all time. Kudos to Iranian people for dealing with them for like 5 decades. Man, these were a bunch of heartless, coward savages. Like, it's unbelievable the type of monstrosity that these people have showed over these 5 decades. So, no. And my message to the fucking Americans and like some Europeans and like fucking podcasters like Dave Smith and Candace Owens or like Tucker fucking Carlson, like they constantly compare what happened in Iraq and Afghanistan to what's going to happen in Iran. So motherfuckers, no, that's not the, like same. This isn't an Iranian telling you that this is really not the same. Like, we are not what people of Iraq were before Saddam, and we're definitely not what people of Afghanistan were during that war. Like, no one wants a civil war in Iran, and like Iranians, we might not want like American soldiers' boots on our country, but no one else wants. No one else wants that. Really, no one else wants that. And like Americans are constantly like bashing Donald Trump for kind of entering US into a war with Iran, but like these fucking idiots don't even know how weak the Islamic Republic is currently in Iran. Like, man, it's weak. Like, they're so fucking weak. They have no supporters. Like, they're on their last legs, and not a single Iranian is gonna come forward and like says that I'm going to fight for the survival of this regime. Oh man, we're hoping. Like, we're rooting for Bibi to hit like better.
I would say 10% would fight for it.
10% sounds reasonable, but man, it's 10% is not the same shit as Iraq back in the U.S. war, and it's not the same shit with Afghanistan. Like, if the regime in Iran is gone, not a single U.S. military boot has to land an Iranian soil. That's one of the things that the American people are so worried about, that they would have to like have a very long and expensive campaign having Iranian soldiers, American soldiers inside the Iranian border. That's not going to be the case. Iranians are not going to need that. Iranians just need someone to help them overthrow the regime that have been butchering them for the past 5 decades. That's all they need. Like, give us some aerial support and like some support on the fucking streets, and we'll take care of it, no problem. Then we will open the doors for all your fucking trades to come in. And my god, do you have any idea like how good an economical relationship between US, Iran, and Israel is going to sound like? Do you know how fucking perfect it is for an untapped market? A market that has been fully undiscovered for the past 4 decades, to have open doors for US, for Europe, for Israel, for all the countries around the Persian Gulf. Man, good days are coming ahead. Like, if that happens, and if the revolution is successful, if the Islamic Republic is overthrown, and the economical door of Iran is opened, I wouldn't be surprised if you witness the greatest mass reverse migration of all time. Like, every Iranian, like, how many Iranians do we have living outside of Iran? How many brains? How many people like yourself? How many people like yourself who studied in like top tier European and American and Canadian universities would die to go back to their own country to rebuild that? How many people? You look anywhere, you see Iranians. You go to fucking Thailand, you go to fucking Nepal, you go to Canada, you go to US. Everywhere you go to fucking Iceland, and you see Iranians there. Well, I guess we'll just have to see. I'm hopeful. I really am hopeful.
What are you hopeful for? Then we should make a pros and cons list
Of what?
of the situation. That's what happened. Let's say Islamic Republic is gone.
Mm-hmm.
What are the benefits and what are the downsides to it?
There are no downsides.
Mm-hmm.
There are no downsides, but bad stuff might happen.
Okay, basically, yeah.
Oh, okay. You go first, since you came up with the question first. I need to think about it a little bit.
So, good stuff. Sanctions are gone. Freedom is basically established. Because, yeah, it's really, really bad in there. That's why I don't want to go back. I mean, basically, first things, I can go back. That's the first thing, you know?
I can visit the grave of my father.
Damn.
Man, my father died almost 2 years ago, and I still haven't been able to visit. Like, I still haven't had closure. Like, to me, I just left my dad in Iran, said goodbye, thinking that I would see him again. And then I just didn't. And then he died. And I couldn't go back when he was sick. And I couldn't go back when he was desperately sick and looked like he was not going to make it. I couldn't go back. I couldn't even talk to him because, like, I looked at him and I would just burst into fucking flames. Like, burst into tears. I wouldn't be able to, like, continue the conversation. And do you think that's my story? Do you know that's the story of how many countless Iranians had to lose their fucking parents when they were outside?
I just know 2 in Germany.
You just know 2 in Germany. Now, how many do you know? All that many. Not all that many. That's the story of a lot of people. Like, a lot of Iranians lost their parents and they weren't even allowed and able to visit. Man, if we're gonna be talking about pros, we're gonna be here all fucking day. People would be wearing whatever the fuck they want. We would have MasterCard and Visa card working in Iran. We would have fucking McDonald's. Not that it means
I don't think that's a... They already have good food there, you know?
Helping the obesity epidemic to happen in Iran. No.
I swear to God, the handmade, like, the fake McDonald's in Iran taste so good compared to real McDonald's.
Much better. We would have bacon. I mean, I particularly actually don't like pork all that much.
But bacon is different.
Nah, I had some in the beginning of my arrival in Europe. I had it out of عقده واسم شده بود که ببینم بیکنی که تو این چیزا میخورن چیه. So that was
and what was the bacon inside? Was it just pure bacon or?
That was pure bacon in Hungary. That was okay. It was a nice experience, but it's not something that I would like crave all that much, really. It's just really not like our.
It's like haida, you know.
چیز ماجرایی که ذائقه ماها خیلی دیگه مشخص شده تو این چند سال. یعنی اینقدر دیگه گوشت قرمه سبزی و قیمه و چه میدونم گوشت گوسفند و گاو و بعد چیز نخوردیم که دیگه اصلا خوک به ذائقه‌مون انگار نمیخوره. حتی اصلا به ذائقه من نمیخوره.
Pork isn't really just pork. The only thing good about pork is bacon.
You could say so. Pork belly also. I've heard good stuff about it. Never tried. But
I mean, of course, Jesus, my English right now. How?
Yeah.
How meat is so much better.
It is. Beef is usually a lot better. Veal and beef are a lot better. But that's like one. First of all, we have bars. Bar. Imagine having a bar in like Tehran. What would that be like, man? Like, especially for us, it's such a strange concept, especially for us who never saw the like Iran before the revolution. Like, we didn't know how it was. Like, no enforcement of hijab. People
there would be proper alcohol in Iran.
Proper alcohol. I mean, there always were proper alcohol. Like, I remember
you could never say if it was like filled by someone or it was like officially from the branded press.
If you paid good money, you could have. Like, I remember, like, I participated in some parties in Lavasun in particular, and some parties in Ekbatan. That was the cities that I like, neighborhoods that I lived in.
How many percentage were you sure it's real?
Quite a lot. Like, when we opened the Jack Daniels in the house in Ekbatan, we were pretty certain. That's like, it was coming from reliable sources.
But do you like Jack Daniels?
Not at all. Fucking disgusting.
That's what I'm saying.
It's the most disgusting bourbon of all time.
And that's the only thing you get.
That's one. Yeah, that's what the diversity was definitely not as much as you would expect or you would hope. Like, I never saw peppermint schnapps in the street. And there was not a chance in hell you would ever be able to like.
I've never seen Jägermeister.
Jaeger. Yeah, fucking hell. I've never saw Jaeger. Ever. In Iran, I never saw Jaeger. There are like a couple of vodka was like a fucking
Rocky,
man.
cognac.
Yes, all of this. Chivas Regal. Chivas Regal was one of the good ones. Jack Daniels was also one of the ones that are like more mainstream
Famous,
and you would see. But like there are certain types of alcohol, like martini and gin. Gin, I don't remember seeing gin in Iran.
Because basically Arak is kind of gin, you know.
Yeah,
Vodka.
kinda. Do you miss Arak, by the way?
I haven't had it in a long time. I can't really tell.
Arak was the first thing I drank.
I know, same.
Yeah.
But
My God, terrible.
I miss Persian beer. It's strong as shit. You know
Persian beer.
The ones that the
Like alcoholic Persian beer.
Yeah.
I never had that.
So there was a supermarket back at my place. He would give you a full Delister bottle and was handmade beer.
And fucking hell, really?
We would drink that with 3 people and get drunk as fuck.
Yeah, those beers I've had, but like they weren't mainstream, right? They were like just handmade by different people.
Handmade, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, those ones I had, and yeah, they were strong.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they were really strong. Yeah, but what else are we gonna have? Man, a better passport. Fucking hell. Passports. Fuck Iranian. Fuck the Islamic regime's passport. Fuck this piece of shit.
We wouldn't be called terrorists anymore.
We would be able to travel to Israel and the United States without having to TSA checking our assholes for bombs. Okay, passports would be nice. What else?
New cars inside the country.
Oh my God, you're right. Fucking hell. No more Peugeot,
No more Pride.
No more Peugeot 206. Don't say Pride. Please.
Right.
Yes. Yes, you cannot call that fucking thing pride. Where is your pride? That's our pride. Man, for the longest time, I used that car's name without actually having to know what it means. It's like, pride. That's your pride? Really? Like, that's the pride of your country? That car is the pride of your country? No more pride? No more Peugeot.
The car is actually from Japan or...
It was from Kia Motors from South Korea. Originally, yeah. I actually had a friend. I still am in contact with him. His actually name also Mohsen.
Whoa.
Yeah, shout out to you if you're listening.
Shout out Mohi.
Yeah. He actually had like one of the OG Kia motor prides. Like that one was a pride. Like that one you could look at it and say, okay,
not
this
one
is pride. This one is not pride. It's different. But like no more Samand. Or like 4 decades. Like 4 decades of garbage.
And you know, they keep getting worse. Like now, if you just touch it, if you just push your finger, not punch it, just push your finger, there's gonna be a dent. You think Teslas are bad?
Jesus Christ, no. Let's not talk shit about Tesla. I'm gonna post this on X. Elon's gonna be very mad. No, Tesla's the best. Elon, we love you. But no, man. Like no, like 4 decades of garbage cinema, of garbage music.
Oh, cinema.
People would like men and women, like wives and husbands, could be without hijab in front of one another. Like it's been 4 years of surreal cinema in Iran. Surreal. Like it's fucking David Lynch. That the husband comes in front of the wife and the wife is still very much wearing the full fucking hijab, just not the burqa. 4 decades of almost garbage cinema, because we had like Kiarostami. We had Kiarostami.
The thing that I'm thinking is like we had some great accomplishment during sanctions, during this fucked up situation.
During years of censorship, we still managed to like win Oscars and shit. Years of sanctions, years of censorship, years of pressure by the government, and years of this bullshit surreal cinema when husband had to like wives had to like wear their fucking hijab in front of their husbands. And with that, we still had Kiarostami, we still had Said Rustayab, we still had the Qobadi, so many fucking good.
I seen the woman kisses the Moor and then he kisses the that was the most sexual thing I've seen.
No.
Or the one.
No, I've seen one better. I don't remember who was the fucking actress. It was a very short, like 3-second clip of an Iranian actress in an Iranian made movie that said like it was just the video was close up to her face, and she said, "Bokon."
Bokon.
That was like, and what she meant, I'm pretty sure, is not something that you would think. But at the very least, if you took it out of context, yeah, it's like it's dude, it's like the fuck it, put it in. But
Go for it.
so we're gonna have open cinemas.
We're gonna have international movies finally.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's not gonna be good though.
Yeah, we're gonna have
to pay.
Yeah, we're gonna have
Fucking
a lot
hell.
of issues with copyrights.
Yeah, oh my god, man, we're gonna miss that. I have watched every single thing that Netflix has had to produce completely free of charge inside the Iranian side.
This is our first downside, or
I think the only downside, maybe. What do you think?
If you think about it, it's actually the right thing to do. But
Yeah, it is. No, it is the right thing to do, but it's not the right thing that I want to do. It's the right thing that I want other people to. No, but okay.
Sacrifice.
No, fuck that.
Right?
No, the freedom comes at a cost. If the free.
12 euros, 99 per
if
month.
we have to pay for our fucking Rick and Morty and we have to pay for our Game of Thrones, I'm more than willing to pay. Just give me a fucking MasterCard or a Visa card that is attached to like the rest of the international banking system. Fuck yeah. If I can buy my stuff from Amazon and have them shipped and delivered to me, man, that would be fucking amazing. Yeah, I'll pay for my Rick and
What
Morty.
we don't understand anymore is the fact that people in Iran make like 500 euros per month and then spend 2,000. Because if you're paying for rent, they're basically paying in euros or dollars.
They are.
But their income is in
they're
reals.
they're earning in reals that they're paying. It's gonna be different.
Of course.
Man, like the
That's
actual
gonna get fixed.
the actual price of Tuman right now, based on our GDP, and if wasn't like US was in charge, if like Islamic Republic was in charge, I think if you just calculated the difference of GDP and somehow subtracted it to like the actual price of dollar and euro, I think it's around like 20,000-30,000 something. The rest is just a bubble. It's an inflation that has been caused over the fact that Islamic Republic is in charge of the country. And like as long as...
Still, but 20-30K is a lot.
Yeah, and it's going to be different, man. Doors are going to be opened.
Yeah.
Like, do you know how many international communities or how many international companies are going to desperately want someone who speaks Persian and English? Like, Persian translator is going to become like one of the most sought out jobs in the entire thing that happens afterwards, because you have a country that has been isolated from the entire international communities all over the world, with the exception of like China or Russia or like North Korea or a couple of other bullshit countries. And then you have open doors for every European shop, for Amazon, for McDonald's, for KFC, for Louis Vuitton.
Why do we always talk about
I don't
KFC
know.
and
It's just
McDonald's?
no, because it's true. I actually was started thinking about it. That's because they are like the epitome of what Uncle Sam. What Uncle Sam has to represent. That's McDonald's, bitch. That's like McDonald's.
I need Taco Bell, you know?
Yeah, but no, Porsche, Mercedes, Siemens, fucking Telecom, O2. We could sit here and name companies that don't have any base in Iran and would die to have a piece of Iran's market, and we would be here for 12 hours just naming the companies.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's good. That's going to make a eye-opening change. It's like, fuck, this was our country. This was how much wealth and potential we had. Like, this is how important our country was, and we had no fucking clue. We thought we were just like a fucking terrorist state. All these years, Iran was treated as a fucking terrorist state.
Just because we closed it off.
Fucking
Not we.
yeah, definitely.
They did.
But my God, that's enough is enough. And I get it. I get it why Trump and Netanyahu and all the rest of them, and Europe as well, so desperately want to get rid of Iran. Islamic Republic, not Iran.
If they get into Iran, the oil prices would go down worldwide.
Everything is going to be different. Like, it's going to be
minerals are going to be cheaper, and then a lot of things.
Man, the world is going to benefit as like Islamic Republic dies, and as if a body, the world, the planet Earth as we know it today is going to finally overcome a fucking disease and a parasite that has been plaguing it for like 5 decades. And when that happens, man, the entire world is going to breathe. One of the first thing that's going to happen, all the hostages held by Hamas would be immediately released, because there's no one else to fund Hamas after that. Like, Islamic regime is gone, no one is giving shit to Hamas. So they're just like, okay, just take these hostages and don't hurt us. The hostages will be released. The conflict between Israel and Palestine, with Israel and Hamas, would be immediately solved. I suspect even the problem with Russia and Ukraine would also be solved.
No, I don't think so.
I think it will be. Should we bet on it? Just like I predicted that there will be a war, I am willing to predict that as soon as Iran's
It will be the next step for like.
Hmm?
It will be their next step to like fix that, but it wouldn't be that soon. 'Cause how
Maybe
long has
take
it
some
been?
time.
It's been like 2-3 years now, right? I would say it
Almost more.
I would say it will continue down to 6.
I don't think so. I really don't think so. Because
Up to 6.
one of the things that happened, I think, behind the curtain was during one of the conversations between Trump and Putin that they were having. And I think Trump just looked at Putin and said, like, very bluntly, said, if you want to leave this quicksand of Ukraine that you find yourself in, give up Iran, like, give up the Islamic regime as a proxy of yours, as an ally of yours. Let us take it. Let us enter the economical scenery of Iran. Let us open the doors for our companies to come in, and I will get you out of Ukraine. And I will make sure that to get you out of Ukraine in a
Get
way,
you out or get you in?
get you out of the Ukraine issue.
Oh, so basically take in.
To end the war. Yeah.
Oh.
Like treat Ukraine in a way that say, okay, you either submit or you can fight Russia with fucking stones and sticks, because I'm not giving you 1 single gram of ammunition. It could do that. Like if US decides to end this war, but to end it badly, said, okay, well, what are you gonna do about your fucking ammunition? I'm not giving you shit. What are you gonna do about your missiles, your javelins, your drones? Where do you think these things are coming from? Like, you think Ukraine is producing all this shit? No, US is supporting them. And I think that was the deal. That's why Russia backed off of Iran, of Islamic Republic, so quickly. I said, no, you back off. Like, you allow the rest of the world to come and benefit from a free Iran, and I will help you with Ukraine. I will give you Crimea. Crimea would be fully yours. And the Donbass and the other one, the state of Ukraine that want to be part of Russia, they will hold an election. If they want to be part of Russia, they will be a part of Russia. If they want to stay part of Ukraine, they will be part of Ukraine. Because the parts that has been annexed to Russia are actually like the Russian-speaking people of Ukraine. So, so a lot of those people are actually like hoping for Russia to annex that part of Ukraine.
Are you sure about that?
Not necessarily sure, because my knowledge is not all, like, it's still very much limited when it comes to that. But I've heard reliable sources telling me that a lot of people in the Donbass region want to be part of Russia because they were like a Russian-speaking part of Ukraine, and Ukraine was actually very cruel to them because of the, like, they said that you're not allowed to speak Russian in your schools. You're not to have this. Those people were actually kind of, well, not suffering by the hands of Ukrainian, but they were not really happy about what was happening. So if there was an election, like a referendum, say, okay, you want Russia or Ukraine, I wouldn't be surprised if they said Russia.
Mm-hmm.
And if Putin gives up Iran, which he already has, and Xi Jinping also already has, they'll say, okay, let us deal with the Islamic Republic that is still in charge of Iran. And as soon as that's done, I will get you out of Ukraine. So I make sure the peace is restored. And I think Putin said yes. I'm pretty sure Putin said yes because he was tired. Especially after that spiderweb operation that Ukraine had with the drones. Like, man, Russia took a hit. Like, Russia took a serious hit. I don't think they are happy about that. Like, they're surviving. They're not as devastated as Ukraine is, obviously. But still, it's no picnic being in a war for this many years, or for this long. So I think it will be settled. But all of it is just, and depends on how easy and how, I don't know, how surgical would Israel be able to remove the torn up parts of like Iran, like the not the torn up parts, but like the infected parts of Iran, and like say, okay, the Islamic Republic gone now in the toilet of history? It depends. I guess it depends on that, but I guess we'll have to see. I wouldn't know, but it's so funny. Like I said in the beginning, like not a single Iranian wants this war to happen between Iran and Israel, but I would assume that every single Iranian needs this war to happen. I always pictured it as like an infected hand, and the hand that has been infected by Islamic Republic for like 4 decades, and like no one wants to cut this hand. Like if you want to cut this hand, you have to go through a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, and a lot of bleeding. But by the end of it, if you don't cut this infected hand, what is going to do to you? Then if you don't cut it from here, it's going to reach here. Then you have to cut it higher, and then you have to cut it higher and higher and higher. That's like my best hope for Israel, to like very surgically cut all the necessary pieces and try to like prevent the bleeding as much as humanly possible. Like make sure that the targets that you're hitting are really IRGC targets, are really like the mullahs or the Khamenei or like the Mohseni Ejei or like Ghalibaf or Larijani or like people like this. It could be done very surgically, and I actually do have a lot of faith in the Israeli army and the IDF to be able to do that. I hope they manage. So far they've done okay, but this hand has to be cut. It's painful. No one wants to be mutilated. No one wants to lose the function of their hand. But this hand has been infected for the longest time.
Mhm.
At this point, it's just necessary. We don't want this hand to be cut.
You can't really use that hand anymore.
You can't, but it's better to allow that infected hand to reach the heart.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can't really use that hand anymore, so just cut it off.
We just have to. It's painful. It's painful. It's fucking painful. Like no one is advocating. Like not a single Iranian is advocating for a bomb to be dropped in any place of our land. No, this is like someone stinging our very body, our very existence. Someone is threatening it, but it's like no one wants to go to a doctor. But this doctor, we need that, because at first we thought, back in the Green Revolution, back in all the other movements that we had, we thought that we could ourselves cut this infected piece of dog shit out of our body, but we couldn't. Like these bitches were just too savage. They were too vicious. They were just too brutal. And they didn't stop over anything. They will kill young. They would kill old. They would kill men, women, and child. They don't care. This hand has to be cut. It's painful. It's exhausting. It's brutal. It's heart-wrenching, but we don't have a fucking choice. It has to be done. Oh, to better days, amigo. To better days with less cigarettes.
Let's do a pause.
Yeah.
I need to refill that shit. I had this discussion
What is discussion?
with a friend of mine. He was like, do you guys have jets, or do you just send carpets with people holding bombs?
Oh my god. Yeah, I used to have this French friend. Shout out to you, Jules, if you're listening. He actually like texted me. He said he really desires to be a guest in the podcast, and he's the racist French friend that I have.
Mm.
And yeah, he used to call me carpet seller.
Right.
Like everyone who was from Iran, he would call carpet seller. Everyone who was from like an Arabic country, he would be, what was it? Oh, camel rider.
Camel rider, yeah.
Motherfucker, a French. So yeah,
The solution to this World War III is to remove the French.
Yeah. So yeah, we had a short break. And people might not believe it, but we actually had a break to eat ice cream, so we won't go through a heat shock. And we won't die.
37 degrees.
Yeah, it's 37 degrees where we're recording. It's quite hot, and we needed that ice cream. And we ended it with, oh yeah, better days, amigo.
Better days, amigo.
Better days are coming.
And we need to talk about the Marshall Law. Yeah.
The Marshall Plan. That's actually what I mean when I say the better days are coming, because if everything is done as in a way that I'm hoping it for them to be unfold, the Marshall Plan would come forward. The Marshall Plan was basically the plan that US and a bunch of European countries had for Japan and for Germany after the Second World War was finished. And I was like, okay, we destroyed these countries. I mean, they kind of destroyed themselves because they entered the war with the entire world. So we have to now rebuild what is being destroyed. And the way we rebuild these countries is that we don't allow them to have like this form of their own like independent army, because of the history that they had. Even they had their own army, they didn't use it all that well. So we will be your army, we will provide safety for you, you will pay a certain amount, not all that much, for us to keep the place safe, and then you would just focus all your assets and all our focus to rebuild the country economically. And my suspicion is that all of these things unfolded for US and for Israel in particular to benefit from an open market in Iran, because man, war is expensive. And like if US and Israel thought that after this war the Iranian market is going to be unusable for them, they would have never entered, because it's like all the money that they're spending overthrowing these bitches in Iran is costing them a lot of money, and they're really not all that happy about it. So if they cannot replace that money that they spent with the Iranian economy, with the boom in the like the entire Middle Eastern economy, they wouldn't have done it. And my hope is that they actually like do that, because imagine Iran being this economical center of the Middle East, which it deserves to be. Man, Saudi Arabia, no offense to anyone, they got nothing there. It's just a bunch of fucking, it's like everything in the Middle East is desert. Like you cannot find all that many places in the Middle East that is not just a desert and oil underneath. But then you come to Iran, from the north, the Caspian Sea, attached to Russia, Azerbaijan, Turkmenistan, and all the rest. In the south, Indian Ocean. And then the vastness of the country, the place it's located, like it's so strategically important. Then you have like 90 million people. Man, like if you have a population as big as like the Iranian population, who's most dominantly are like a young population, that's good for business. If you have a bunch of people in one country that are majority the old group, they have that 90 million of that. So much potential. So much fucking potential. So much potential in tourism. So much potential in like selling oil and gas without having any sanctions. So much, man.
So much potential.
So much
Terrorism.
Honestly, that too.
Yeah.
Because we showed our potential for terrorism over the past 4 decades. Like from Hamas, Hezbollah, like so much of Iranian wealth was spent over dog shit ideologies. Stolen over dog shit ideologies. For what? Marshall Plan for the Middle East with Iran at center. Man, Iran would be the center. Like if a couple of things turn out to be like correct and right, and they are done in a way that they're supposed to be done and the way that they're planned,
That'd be awesome.
it's gonna be fucking awesome. But at the same time, it could be fucking horrendous as well, because that's one thing that we've learned about the mullah regime. If they feel like they're drowning, they'll just take everyone with them.
Do you think we can still preserve the culture if that happens?
Of course. Because the Iranian culture didn't even lose its identity over the past 4 decades. I mean, we took some serious tolls. Like, how many times have you heard when you're outside of Iran that don't hang out with Iranians? You've heard this quite often, right?
Yeah.
There's this quality of like Iranian mentality that like outside we view it a little bit differently than what it actually is. And I feel like a lot of it is happening because of the amount of corruption and amount of wrongdoings that happened to us because of the empowerment of this regime. So I feel like if people don't have to like fight for their own basic rights, for their own basic rights, for food, for education, for healthcare and shit, they really don't need to show any type of negative behavior to get to the place that they want to go. But the current situation is like in Iran, if the government is not supporting you, if the government is not giving you shit, where else are you gonna get money? or like feed your family. Sometimes you have to steal it. Sometimes you have to take it from somewhere else. And it's like if it's a country that is not doing all that well economically, corruption starts to creep up all the way to the surface. And I feel like this negative mentality of that a lot of people have towards Iranians that are living outside of Iran is actually coming from that. So like 5 decades of Islamic Republic trying to tarnish and destroy the culture, that the rich culture that Iran has. It worked a little bit, but not all that much. Iran is still Iran. The country is still that country, and the history is still the same history. We just will look at Islamic Republic as just a stain in our history, just like it was with Shah Sultan Hussein, just like it was with Qajar, with like we have had bad rulers, awful, vicious rulers in our history, and we have had good ones. We had Cyrus the Great, we have Nader Shah, we have good ones, and we have shitty ones. And I guess the Islamic Republic is just going to be a stain, a disgusting stain in our history. But by the end of it, man, you cannot kill a country that is worth 4,500 years worth of culture. That's really hard to do. It's to kill a culture, it's really hard. So I feel like, yeah, I think we're gonna be good. We have suffered, but it's gonna be good. At the very least, maybe our children, when they go back to Iran, like they won't have to go through the same shit that we did. But what a fucked up generation we are. Like we had to like correct the mistakes that our parents made, and I'm pretty sure we won't even be able to benefit from this course correction that we're doing now. It's gonna take some time for us to actually start seeing the benefits. So like we just got fucked over the mistakes of our parents, and then our children, the douchebag the douchebag little shit brats are gonna be benefiting from the freedom that like our generation is creating for them, for their future. But I don't care. By the end of it, man, I gotta do something about the sounds here. Normally we record episodes with closed windows. This one,
not in 37 degrees.
It was too hot. Yeah, man,
No.
too hot and
No.
too annoying. Let's wrap this bitch up, and I think we said most of the good stuff that we were supposed to say. Oh yeah, to better days, to freedom of your
better
own.
days. I was about to say something.
Yeah,
so wrong.
better days will come.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thank you for listening and
Ciao, ciao.
viewing and whatever the fuck it is you're doing. Ciao. Have a nice day, evening, whatever the fuck. Whoop. Ciao.